I want you to think about something for a second. How different would your life look if you didn't owe a single dime to anyone? That means no credit card payments, no car payments, no student loan payments, not having to pay a family member back, nothing. Just imagine, every dollar that you earn, you get to keep for yourself instead. How much more freedom would you have? How much more money would you have every single month instead of watching it disappear to payments and to interest? Guys, debt is a cancer. Not only does it just drain your bank account, it drains your peace of mind. It's literally like a storm cloud that just hovers over you at all times. It literally steals your future away before you can even plan it. Guys, if you don't get ahead of it, it will own you. But here's the good news. There is a way out. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the two most effective, proven ways to pay off debt. That being the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. These are the same exact methods that my girlfriend and I used to pay off over $80,000 in debt. And here's the thing that most people don't realize. If you stay consistent, most people pay off their debt between 12 and 24 months. That's 1 to 2 years of focus and consistency for a lifetime of freedom. And with that being said, let's get into it. All right, guys, let's dive into this. Again, today we're going to be talking about the debt snowball and the debt avalanche methods for paying off debt. And as you guys can see down here at the bottom of this page, we have our real life examples that we're going to be using for both of these methods. If you guys look a little bit deeper, you can see exactly what we had going on. We had a car loan, we had student loans, we had various amounts of credit cards, we had a personal Visa, Micro Center, Victoria's Secret, Menards, furniture, Best Buy, all of it. And if you guys look over here, you guys can see the amount of which we had on those. And you can also see the interest rates that we wrote down as well. And with this, we had a total of $74,800 worth of debt. But before we hop into this, guys, I want you guys to know something. This real life example is someone who I know personally. They are now completely debt free, and it took them 18 months to do so. With that being said, guys, let's hop into the first method, the debt snowball. All right, guys, let's hop into it. The debt snowball method involves you listing all of your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. We're only focusing on the amount here. We're going to continue to pay the minimums on all of our debts. We don't want to affect our credit negatively, so we make sure we want to do that. We're going to throw every single extra dollar that we can towards the smallest debt first. Once that smallest debt's paid off, we're going to continue on to the next smallest. Each paid off debt is going to free up more cash, which is going to create more momentum, just like a snowball rolling down a hill. Guys, this method's going to give you those small psychological wins that's going to keep you motivated and keep you going. And as you guys can see with our example from the previous page, we're going to be listing all the debts from smallest to largest, starting with the Victoria's Secret card at $200, goes down to $600, $1,000, $1,500, and so on, all the way down to the student loans, which will be the last thing paid off in this example. And at the end there, of course, we have that financial freedom. All right, guys, now that you've seen the debt snowball method, let's move on to the debt avalanche. All right, guys, now we have the avalanche method. This method involves you listing your debts by largest to smallest based off of interest rates. We're going to pay the minimums on all of our debts, of course, and we're going to be throwing every extra dollar that we can at the debt with the highest interest rate. Once that one of the highest interest rates paid off, you're going to move on to the next highest. This method is going to save you the most money long term. So if you're one of those math nerds that doesn't need the motivation to keep going and you just want to save as much money as you possibly can and be as efficient as possible, this method is for you. As you guys can see down here with our example, we laid them all out, starting with the highest interest rate, going all the way down to the lowest. And as you guys can see, we have the same exact outcome, that financial freedom, baby. Now that you've seen both of these methods side by side, you have everything you need to take the first step towards financial freedom. It doesn't matter which one you choose, it matters that you start. That being said, if you are someone who has a hard time making a choice, or you'd rather just have someone pick for you, I definitely recommend the debt snowball method. That's the exact method that I personally use to pay off my own debt, and keeping that momentum going and getting those small psychological wins really help to keep me motivated all the way to the end. That momentum is very powerful. Whether you decide to get that momentum going with the snowball method or save that money with the avalanche method, both of these methods work as long as you do. Guys, just pick a plan and stick with it. If you don't know where to start, don't worry. In the next video, I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how to do a budget, and we're gonna be going over some basic tips and tricks to make budgeting so much easier and feel a lot less like a chore so you can stick with it. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.